Kikabiama Momo Biafra na yogi Sibianu Lulani Yo Alile Gumu Sampe
Abia State, ihe dị egwu mere
nalaba Olisado, Olisado Bia durola yo Olisado, Olisado Bia ichana nyanya miri Durola yo Let's do No Olisado Where are my socks, man? Let me feel it. Sample. I like the way you dey blow up. Now so it don't clear for their eyes. Hey. Biafra we come like this. Them never know say Biafra we come like this. Them never know, Biafra we come like this. Them never sabi say oh Biafra we come like this. Them never realize oh Biafra we come like this. Them never know, Biafra we come like this. Them never know say Biafra we come like this. I say them never know say no. Biafra we come like this. They never know. Biafra we come like this. Sometimes I wonder why some people just they mumu themselves. Nigerian government, they just they yeye themselves. Then just they fight with them don't lose. I love my Biafra. Biafra is my nation. I say I love my Biafra. Whether rain or sun, you. I go day in Biafra. I go live in Biafra. Now him I want you. Now him they give me joy you. Now him I love you. Biafra is my portion. They never know say Biafra we come like this. I say they never know say Biafra we come like this. They never know Biafra we come like this. They never know say Biafra we come like this. 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 Them never know say Biafra we come like this. They never know say Biafra we come like this. They never know. Biafra we come like this. Sample Biafra no Biafra wake up. The land away full with honey and milk. The land away full with wisdom. You never know. You still dey sleep. You never know, you still dey sleep in zoo. Before you realize, oga, we don pass you. No dey do gra gra for wetin you know you don lose. No dey do shekeleke for wetin you know you don lost. You never know say Biafra will become like. You never know say nanya nana Biafra will become like. Brother, oka dey make it now raw. Biafra will become like. They never know say Biafra will become like. They never sabi say oh Biafra will become like. Janja wait, they never know. Biafra will become like this. I say Biafra will become like this. Biafra will become like this. I say Biafra will become like this. I say Biafra will become like this. See those who plan evil against us as fall. Then leaves and pizza forest come enter our land. Then say na python dance. Then say na crocodile smile. Then say na army checkpoint. Then come send their herdsmen. Waiting we do them oh. Waiting they happen oh. We be freedom fighters. We no want to wahala oh. Make una carry una trouble go. Now we don't live una yelele. They never know say Biafra will become like. I say they never sabi say yo yo. Biafra will become like. They never know say Biafra will become like. You see they beat them like dream for ayo. Biafra will become like. They never know say anya nana. Biafra will become like. Anya alabago, anya efewego, anya ekebago. Biafra will become like. I say they never know say oh Biafra will become like. They never know, they never know, they never know, they never know, they never know. Biafra will become like. Yeah, they never know say Biafra will be so. The bricks. Oh na 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 na. Watch it out. Watch me far away. See me far away, Shabada. Tell me what you saw. I will show you what I have. Because I have myself. Oh, then think say na defense. Make you watch my back. Now wait till you they see. Yeah, unless you have the sense. So go learn to pretend. Do not run away. Kind of over than you. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I talk. That is why I say. That is why I say. That is why I am. Ohaneze Ndigo, how na day? I don't come to speak my mind with no delay. Let them know say una eyes clear about una way. Watch out, many things they happen in that country you dey. So some people trouble upon people every day. Even when you dey, you go talk say you know dey. I need to understand why this one bad. I need to understand.
Money nende zelo za semono binye no ga kana ke luo. Okay mo. mmụọ niile na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye elu, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra. Asị m n'ọnwa unu nwoke bụ nwa eze Chukwu bụ ụzọ mba aka ji ọfọ Igbo, ọzọ eme nte eme ime, ọsị m nọ ya nọ n'etiti unu taa. Ọsọ unu binye elu n'oge akara aka eluo. Mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie asị m gị binye. Mmụọ na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo asị m gị binye. Oke ọfọ ji eje ọgụ asị m unu binye. Ọfọ ndị Igbo niile asị m gị binye. Ọfọ ndị mmiri asị m gị binye. Ọfọ ndị ikuku asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị osimiri asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị nwanyị na-ebe asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị idodi igbu na-eme asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị amambara asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị osimiri nji aba asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị ala Igbo niile asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị ọgba asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị anike wawa asị m gị binye. Oke arụsị na n'ike ojuru nwaanyị aga anị asị m gị binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Igirigi ọgụ mmụọ. Asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọkwa nwa dike. Asị m dododo unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola. Asị m unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola. Nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Igbo dị ndụ, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị ndụ, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Biafra dị ndụ. Asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọ nwa dike. Ọ sị na mberede nyiri dike na mberede ka o ji ama nwa dike. Ọ ya ka m ji akpọ unu n'isi ọhamadike. Ọhamadike bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ya bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, otu mkpụrụ anya ji isi ụgwọ, otu ọnụ na-ekwuchitere mba niile, ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri na-agba n'oge nke ya. Asị m unu binye n'isi ya, nye ogologo ndụ na-arụ isi ike. Napụta ya na eke, napụta ya na orie, napụta ya na afọ, napụta ya na nkwọ. Asị m na ahịa akara aka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ, na ahịa akara aka agaghị eri Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu ga-anapụta Nnamdi Kanu na eke, napụta ya na orie, napụta ya na afọ, napụta ya na nkwọ. Asị m mee ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma. Ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogiri lachaa. Chukwu okike abịa ma onye jiri mmiri siri ike kpọọ aja were aja siri ike kpọọ mmadụ. Asị m na taata bụ ụbọchị eke n'ala Igbo. Asị m na eke ga-eketara Nnamdi Kanu ndụ, eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe, oke ga-eketara ya ndụ, oke ga-eketara ya Biafra, oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe, oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro, kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ. Asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ekwensu ga-anọ n'ụra, ndị ilu ya ga-anọ n'ụla. Ọkwa na ekwe osu. Asị m gịnị bụ ekwensu? Asị m na mbọsọ ọ ga-apụta ya bụ ndị ilo ga-anọ n'ụra. Ọha bụ ndị ọha nwa bụ ekwensu. Asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra. Na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Asị m na ọnụ kwụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma. Asị m ọbịara igbu Nnamdi Kanu gbuo onwe ya. Onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị adị ndụ, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lachaa. Osisi abụla oturu ga-emeche wee kwele. Onye asị na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta, asị m na ọnụ ahụ iji wee kwuo ya na ike ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya. Asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu aka, asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ. Osisi ahụ fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu wee tọọ nkwe, asị m ikuku futuo gị. Anya ọbụla fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu kwawa akwa alịla, asị m alịrị akọrọ ya n'anya. Onye fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu cheta ihe gburu nwa ya, ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya, maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị. Chukwu okike abịa ma asị m na belede nyiri dike, belede ka o ji amawa dike. Asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose, ọ dadị ukwu ose enu. Na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdi Kanu mana ha ama mkpata ya aka. Ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri odido, jiri odido enyi ozu. Na ọkwanụ nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama afụ ya anya. Asị m na eje anabụ isi ije. Asị m na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eje na ọ ga-ana. Asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye na ọba bụ nwanne. Inye agaghị eri Nnamdi Kanu maka na ọ bụ nwa. Asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-adị ka echi, echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri, ọ bụla eje nkụ. Asị na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmiri. Asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo. Asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welere. Asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu, ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu, ga tụnye ugo, ga nye ya mmeri, ga nye ya mmeri, ga nye ya mmeri, tụnye ugo n'elu ugo, nye ike n'elu ike, nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ. Ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu na efufe. Unu nye Nnamdi Kanu ndụ, onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin, onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo n'ofufe. ha sị na ya kara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ. Ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdi Kanu bụ ka nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo, ka nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra, ka nwee ike wee kwuchie anyị ọnụ, ka ha nwee ike wee kachie anyị ọnụ, ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ. Mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri, ndị nwe ikuku, ndị nwe anyanwụ, mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile ọ kwafọrọ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra. Asị m unu binyenu, asị m unu dododo na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a, ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ, ọkwa na unu ga-aga buori ahịa, ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere unu n'aka anaghị ele ule. Asị m dododo igirigi ọgụ mmụọ. Eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo, mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo, asị m unu binye, maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị aṅụ mmiri, onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu. Nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta. Onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri. Onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya. Asị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa mmiri ọ na-ebubu ụzọ. Asị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya. Asị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eri nnu, asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee rie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdi Kanu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ama.
Ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra Hausa-Service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from our province of Biafra land. And today is the 26th day of October 2022, being Afọ Day. Ụbọchị Afọ, Tata bụ ụbọchị Afọ. I hereby welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform in a day where we continue our celebrations, because Ipob Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won another landslide victory. I'm telling you. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he will win them in their own courts. And that is what is happening. People don't understand what is happening. You know, when you want to cut a big tree, what do? You start by digging the sides, removing all those roots, ngalaba. You know, cutting them on the ground, as if nothing is happening. When you are doing that, you know, some people might think, oh no, what is happening? Nothing. It seems nothing is happening. But little did they know that that big tree is being cut, little by little. What is happening is the weapons that is needed by us in order to completely, you know, strike the zoo with a death blow. That is why even in their own cause, we are recording historic victories. Not one victory, victories everywhere. For you to understand that what we are doing is legal, it is legitimate. That's why we don't beg. We don't beg for what belongs to us. We are not all these expired elders that are waiting, that want to spend their last days in peace. That is why it doesn't matter what happens, they beg. It doesn't matter the rights of their people are infringed, they beg. They kill their people, they beg. So that to calm the situation until they depart, and anything. Oh, and if anybody wants to go to hell, they can go to hell. That is the mindset of these people we call our elders. This is the height of greed, selfishness. You understand? That is why you see them always, oh, I'm begging, you know, I beg. What are you begging for in a country that's supposed to be, you are a citizen? Why? Why are you begging? Why? Do you think that you can beg, you know, a beggar can never be a great person. He's a beggar, somebody that begs on the road. You know, you see him begging for money, begging. He's always living in misery. That is what these people want us to turn into, or what they almost turn us into, to beg us, to be miserable. Oh, they give us a privilege. Oh, begging. Oh, please. I know what they used to tell themselves. They call themselves and say, please continue. Let us, we are. They tell themselves they are, in their departure hall if it's Mazi Ipob. So let them continue begging, doing anything just to whitewash and cool down everybody, so that they will enjoy at least the last drop of their ill-gotten, sabotage-infested wealth, and go in peace. If they die, if everybody wants to go into flame, that is it. This is the height of selfishness from these people. We don't beg, and that is why we record victory, because there is nothing you can get from begging. Nothing. You only get privilege. Okay, I give you this privilege, but they give you conditions. Do you understand? Whatever you get from begging is conditional. Okay, I'll do it, but look at, if you can do this, I will consider you are begging. Conditional. But when you stand firm and fight for what belongs to you, it doesn't matter the risk. You get it and standing like a man. You don't bow down. That is who IPOB is. We don't bow down. Let's beg. In a beg, there are shameless elders. We beg. We are begging Buhari. We are begging this. What are you begging? Always begging. Have you seen any beggar that is living good life? Go to streets anyway. It doesn't matter what the beggar got. He lives a miserable life because he's a beggar. He's a beggar. He lives on people's, privilege, provided privileges, which should not be. You should have rights, equal rights, not privilege, in a country that you call your own. That's why we must continue fighting. IPOB, we don't back down. We are just like flood. We don't back down. If you stay on our road, we carry you off. We sweep you away. That is who we are. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you once again onto this hallowed platform. This is a place where we worship. It's a place where we worship. Therefore, we go nowhere. Without taking much time, I will go into news headlines. Headlines that make news today. Headlines that make news. And the most important news of all is about court orders federal government to return Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya. Awards him 500 million damages. There is another winning. Do you understand? The latest. Because he was renditioned. He was extraordinarily illegally renditioned. That thing that Britain is running away from. That is where we continue pinching them there. Because no courts, normally, no courts have any jurisdiction, any right to try our leader in Nigeria. Because they brought him through the back door. So how can you kidnap our leader illegally? Now you want to make things, try him legally. It's impossible. It's impossible. They shouldn't, profit from illegality as a government. That is what these court judgments or verdicts mean. If you want to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the Nigeria court, take him back to Kenya, apply for extradition. Now, that is it. Apply for extradition. from Kenya. And there goes it. If he is now extradited legally, now you can present him to the court and say, okay, here he comes. But you must not build something on nothing. You will never score an offside goal and start arguing. They will start putting the referees on the spot and say, form commission of inquiry in a goal that is purely offside, recorded by camera, maybe 1 meter offside by the player. Oh, the goal is beautiful, but it's an offside goal. That is what it means. So you don't even talk about the goal. You don't try to form commission for inquiry to look into the goal. It is impossible. The goal is on offside. It is annulled. That is what trying to try our leader in Nigerian courts, that is what it means. Even the wasted time. That is why our leader should be paid compensations. Because normally, the first judge, the first court that receives Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the judge, and if they are human beings, that judge would have said, hey, give me extradition papers, documents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If they cannot bring it, say, hey, do you know where you bring this man? Take him back there. Don't even bring him back to this my court. I am the president here. That is how judges speak in other countries. They give order because they are in charge in that place, not the executive, not the president, not anybody, not the legislator. No, the judge is in charge, interprets the law. Under the law, provide. How do you bring this man? Provide for me the extradition process documents with which you brought this man. Failure to do that immediately, tell them, order them, or you take this man, don't ever bring him to my court again. That is how real countries behave. But Nigeria is not a normal country. Just excuse me, let me take some water. But in the case of Nigeria, being a zoo, they have wasted illegally, detained our leader illegally for more than 1 year. And here, they are running from pillar to post, the Nigerian government. Do this. I tell you, the Fulani Caliphate, they think that we are still in the medieval period, in 14th century. Even in 7th century. That is their mindset. That we are still in a feudal system where there is no rule of law. Where the nobles, the landlords, they just make a command, give a command. And everybody, if they say behead this person, they'll behead him. No, we are in a modern 21st century. In a republic, for that matter, on paper, republic. But we will show them the caliphate. They want to stay in a country with Biafrans. We have stayed with them, right? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say after dealing with them, even the Hausas will chase the Fulani out of Sokoto Caliphate. They don't know. You see what is happening on the social media? The Hausas, they are rising up. They have platforms, the Hausas, where they understand and know what is happening. They express their views. They express enlightenment that they have now understood. Because before, the Fulani used religion, always used religion, in order to gag them. They use religion in order to deceived them, as Ottoman Danfodio did. But today, many Hausa people, I can tell you, are waking up. It is better to be late than never. Therefore, as I was saying, court orders federal government to return Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya, awards him 500 million naira damages. The Federal High Court, presided by Justice Evelyn Anyadike, has ordered the federal government to restore Nnamdi Kanu to his status quo before 19th June 2021. Are you understanding? Are you hearing it? In Wednesday's ruling on fundamental human rights and extraordinary rendition of the leader of the proscribed, call it proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, call it anything, it doesn't matter, but we're always winning. Leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, she has ordered the government to pay 500 million as damages to him. The court, in its further rulings, issued an injunction restraining the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malame, from prosecuting Kanu consequent upon his extraordinary rendition. That is it. You no need. It is a done deal. Yet another victory. We are being given weapons to pull down the zoo. We are receiving weapons to pull down that zoo, that giant human quagmire, that human mess created by Britain. That is what is being pulled down gradually. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said Biafra will be the last miracle. People don't understand. You know, one thing leads to another. It's just like a cobweb. One thing leads to another, and another leads to another, and another leads to another, and you know, the zoo will fall, Biafra comes. Do you understand? The Benue community rejects Atiku sympathy or sympathy message over bandits' attack. And quite rightly so, because he support them. He's a Fulani, he support them. Look at the lynching, the brutal murder of Deborah in Sokoto. The people have forgotten. You know, Nigerians are 15 minutes people. People have forgotten something that happened a few months back, where a girl, a lady, an innocent lady with a bright future was brutally burnt alive by Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists in broad daylight on camera, and they were boasting about it on social media, boasting about it. The same way when they killed the Gideon Akaloka, they cut off his neck and they were going around the whole streets with his neck. They never changed. Today, people have forgotten. Atiku made a tweet, and when he had a backlash from his Fulani brothers that, look, we will not vote for you, this and that, immediately he cleaned that tweet, condemning it. And when he was asked verbally, why did you clean the tweet you made in favor of that dead Deborah, to condemn what happened to her, he started stuttering, talking from here to Kilimanjaro, how he believes in what do you call it, a political Boko Haram, not a Boko Haram, but political Boko Haram. These talking arrant rubbish. Arrant rubbish. Nonsense. Nonsense. And the journalist was there looking at him, moping. They can't talk because, you know, all these Nigerian journalists, I pity them. They are working for their stomach anyway. When you hear, when they see any politician, I know, very miserable life Nigerians are living, honestly. Highly miserable life. Benue community rejects Atiku's sympathy message over bandits' attack. They support them. They are the people that give them guns. But after they come to play politics, play lip service, people are opening eyes. So people are opening eyes. You understand? It's no more business as usual. You know, as we had it from the military intelligence officer that revealed that many Boko Haram are now in Asorok, in the Senate, in Senate House, in every organ of Nigeria government. So these are them. That is why the Benue community being killed by the Fulani terrorists. That's why they reject. They say this is the normal political gimmicks. You know? So they are right. People should stop being, their lives being used playing politics. Do you understand me? People should rise up. People should rise up. And I think now they are reprinting Naira notes. You know, instead of facing the reality, they are just beating about the bush to loot money. You know how much this reprinting, the designing, will cost? They don't tell people. They don't tell people. Instead of going to the grassroots of the Nigeria problem, and the grassroots is Nigerians. You know, you have to love your country before you become patriotic. Nobody is a Nigerian. Nobody is a Nigerian per se. It's just people that are unfortunate enough to find themselves in that geographical entity. Azikiwe expressed it. Obafemi Awolowo expressed it. Ahmad Bello did the same thing. That they are not nobody is a Nigerian. As you have the French, the English, the Spanish. No, nobody. And that is the reality. Oh, today they will design Naira. Tomorrow they will change a flag. Next tomorrow they will say no. It is to change the national anthem. All these are efforts in futility. Efforts in futility. You don't solve a problem by going around it or avoiding it. You face it head on. Who is a Nigerian? That is an important question. But nobody has ever asked, who is a Nigerian? People, you know, in India, it's what liberated India. That question, that's small question, that small sentence. Onyebu a Nigerian. What is the criteria of being a Nigerian? Who is a Nigerian? It's a question, little question. Indian, fortunately, it's a Muslim Indian asked. He said, no, before we have this independence that we are gallivanting, that we will have independence, let us define an Indian first. Who is an Indian? That question ricocheted to the heads of every India. It became a national discourse. And that led to the real structuring of India, real India. That is why Britain has no power over India today. You don't see a British High Commissioner gallivanting all over from Delhi to Calcutta, telling them that India, unity is non-negotiable. No, it doesn't happen. Only in Nigeria, because Nigeria never answered that question. They never asked themselves that for all important question: who is a Nigerian? Fulani, they come and tell you that every Fulani in this whole world is a Nigerian. You enter into Nigeria, have the right using Nigeria resources 100%. So now others are everybody keep quiet. Who is a Nigerian? People should ask this question. Make it go viral. Let it be a national discourse. Because that is what we are asking for. For people to answer, who is a Nigerian? Are you a Nigerian? In a referendum. That's it. So that people we shall know in a referendum. Without it, if you want to redesign Naira, if you want to do this and that, it cannot. Nothing. It's not a solution. They are just doing, when they do all these things, they are being paid every month. They are receiving salary for doing nothing every month. So that prolongs the sufferings of Nigerians. Crisis looms in Nigeria health sector. Doctors flee in droves. With the redesigning of Naira solve this, they go to London, America, every part of the world. They run. Brain drain. They run. Does the Fulani Caliphate know? Does they care? They don't care. If they are sick, they fly their children. Or if they have a headache, they fly to Europe or America. Remember when Aisha Buhari came and made an open statement, revelation, that there is no paracetamol even in a Aso Rock clinic. Do you know that? Aso Rock clinic, no paracetamol, nothing. Upon the huge budget that is being allocated every year, no paracetamol there. There you know that these people are criminals. These people are more than criminals. They loot. They loot. But we must continue. I will go into the topic of today's submission. Nigerian Canadian Kelechi Mado sworn in as Deputy Prime Minister, Deputy Premier in Canada. Do you see where in Canada? Do you see where meritocracy works? Do you see that? Not he's from my tribe. He's from my community. He's my brother. Vote for him. Animals. Animals. I used to say animals. They must behave like animals. Animals will behave like animals. That is sure. If you wake up today, you see a dog talking, speaking English, you will run because it's not his way. Animals a dog must bark. Yes, it's confirmed. There is a dog. He's barking because that is his way. Look at Nigerian politics. Look at their electioneering campaign. Just look at. It doesn't need the Yoruba, doesn't need the Igbo. We the North. We will did the North. Look at people, medieval people that you want, they don't care about who made it sit. What matters to them is, a Northerner. It's a Fulani. Now they are talking about not. Mietiale is no more there. They have gone down. They have gone down. They have disappeared into thin air. Now all they brought out is not animals. I'm telling you, animals in human skin. Look at their politics. They don't talk about things that matter. Only not. How can not? No person can be president apart from not. This is not. It's not. And you see the people. You look at them. You are seeing animals. You are looking at animals. That's why I say animals will never behave like human beings. Animals will behave like animals always. That is it. A so-called Nigerian Canadian, Kelechi Mado, he is sworn in as Deputy Premier because he merited it. Look at the Prime Minister of the present Prime Minister of UK. Look at him. He's a Hindu. Even there is a video of him performing his cultural rituals at the door of 10 Downing Street. It doesn't matter. He made seats. That is why people support it. That is why you are dying to go to England. You are dying to go to Japan. You are dying to go to where do you call it? Anywhere, any developed countries. That is why you are dying to go there. Because of all these qualities you don't have. You know, you don't take the best. All that matters to you is this one is Onyamini, please. You go to mosque and demonize Onyamini, block the heads of Neanderthals, block their heads with religion. No, this is a Christian. This is a Muslim. Christian and Muslim that didn't come from Africa. Origin from Middle East, partly in Europe. Now Africans are dying for something that is not local, indigenous to them. Does that make any? Sometimes I think all these things. I say, look, who did us this? Does that make any sense? We start defending what we don't even know. Only believe. We believe. You are an idiot. The way I used to see people defending, you standardize yourself with a Quran, with a Bible. Everything you quote. I put it in my, according to research, it is proven that religious people tend to be less intelligent than non-religious people. On average, it is. This is a research, scientific fact. Do you know why? Talk with any person religious. If you are talking of maybe, theories, scientific facts, maybe of going to moon, how human being is advanced, he will bring quotation of Bible there, and the Bible say, and the Quran say this and that, and you look say. Can't you reason like human being and Quran and Bible? Remove all these things for goodness sake. Must it be, must it be in your mouth? Must it be in your mouth? They standardize, they limit themselves with all these things. Whereas real human beings are progressing. They don't have any limitation. Do you understand? All those things are used just as human beings under them, but in the case of Africa, they allow religion to be their ceiling. It's very, 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 very sad indeed. But we must continue. Today, the topic of my submission just simply say people power. People power. There is how they say it in Latin. Voix populi, voix Dei. That is how they say it in Latin. People power. The voice of people is the voice of God. You understand? Now, if the voice of people is the voice of God, why then will you relegate people's voices? And you are looking for a God you don't even know the existence. Whereas you are seeing people yearning. In every nation, kingdom or country, the masses make up overall majority of the population. The masses. The ruling class, whether in a complete feudal system, monarchy, or democracy, is always in the fractional minority. Therefore, the masses possess the overall power to change things only if they understand the power in their hand. That is the people power. I don't know whether people understand what I said. Power belongs to the people. The only thing is that if they know, in the case of Nigeria, I've relegated them as to dead bodies. What we are doing here is just to try to wake dead bodies up, whether they can rise up, whether they can live again and become human beings they should be. When you study history, positive changes always come from the people. Because there is no, it is normal to human beings to subjugate others. It is normal. It is normal for one person claiming that he is being sent from God or by God in order to be in charge of your destiny, in order to make you walk like an animal and receive less. It is normal. It is human nature. But the voice of the suffering people, which are the overall majority, is what should change things. Only if the people understand the power they have. Let me give you this example. First of all, in 1986, there was a sustained campaign of civil resistance against a violent regime in Manila, Philippines, which led to People Power Revolution. It led to the departure of Ferdinand Marcos. It ended his 20-year dictatorship. You understand? People have the power in order to change things only if they understand the power they have. Now, let me also come again. Let me also give you another example. In the 14th century, listen, one commoner, a peasant, known as Wat-Tyler, W-A-T-T-Y-L-E-R, led the English peasants in a revolt against the harsh work life of a feudal manor. You know, manorism, where a landlord, you see manor farm that started earlier, even practicing in Europe mostly, where a person, a master, built his mansion in charge. It's part of feudal system, being in charge of feeding people and them paying, working for him. He has his group of workers. All they do, they can never rise up. Only they are profiting food. Just like you have in the northern Nigeria, the caliphate. It's feudal system. Every morning, the Almajiris, they line up in an Alhaji's compound, very big mansion compound. He will come out, or he will send people, they will do tea, share them 1/4 piece of bread each. Anything, his word is their command. If he tell them, run, go and kill Almajiri, destroy Onyamiri's properties, they will do it without asking questions, because they are feeding from him. And they will never go further. Only food. Just food. He keep them like animals. You understand? For you to understand the situation of that feudal system. Manor. Feudal manor. Okay. Let me start again. In late 14th century, one commoner known as Wat-Tyler led the English peasants in a revolt against the harsh work life of the feudal manor. Their battle cry was ending oppressive laws, forced on serfs, S-E-R-F-S, to work for free, and extracted from them an endless stream of fees and charges. S-E-R-F, serf, that is just like a boy. In our own indenture, servitude, you serve somebody for a time, very nice. You become boy for maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And after a doge, you become settled, you become Oga. That is it. But this one, no, they continue being boy forever. They're born, it's just a little thin line between them and pure slaves. You marry, maybe your Oga will marry for you. You live, your wife and children will be working for, or will be working under the Oga. You understand? You see the way if you employ an Hausa guard. I'm not mocking, please, but I'm just giving an example. That small room you build, you know, they don't have a sky as their limit. They don't even have any. They don't want to aspire further. That guard, he is there. He has his kettle. Before you know, he will beg you, Oga, I want bring my wife. Oh, okay. You are giving him food. He's living fine. He don't have any more future. You know, no aspiration, no higher aspirations. He will bring his wife. They continue serving you. They are ready to serve you, being guard, burning there until the man dies. They are ready. After, even as they are there, their children, they continue being guard, helping the father to be guard. Do you see that type of life? It's a kind of disease, I'm telling you. Let us be honest. That type of life is a disease where they subjugated the Hausas into living life that is out of aspiration. That is why when they see we Igbos competing, hustling, you see somebody, for example, you see an Igbo boy that come with nothing to Lagos. Before you know, he say his aspiration so that in the next few years he will own a shop and buy a car, build a house, marry. When he's talking with maybe an Hausa fellow like him, he will see him as absurd. Say, how can this person? Why not just pray to God, Allah will do everything, leave, go and get a job or be selling your cola forever. You want to marry, you help, one Alhaji will help you, you marry, and you continue living that type of life. No aspiration, no higher aspiration. That is where they misunderstand us. That is where they say we are domineering. You understand? Because we aspire higher. Because we should not be stagnant. No, the life of Biafrans, no. Igbo man, no, you are not stagnant. We are not meant to be stagnant. We aspire to be higher. And I'm challenging the Hausas today. The Fulani, let me tell you, Hausa, they have a very excellent ancient civilization. Hausa started manufacturing gunpowder and muskets when no other people in Africa have that knowledge. What I'm telling you is a historical fact. Until they had the touch of the Fulani. Look, not only that, they were exporting clothes, tanning clothes, fabricating clothes. Houses you are seeing today that are nowhere to be found in development, in mainstream world development. That time they were manufacturing clothes and coloring them, exporting it to other African countries or other African kingdoms and the Arab world. Many people they don't know this. Even the Hausas, they don't know this. Until the Fulani bulldozer came. The destroyer of civilizations. Ottoman Danfodio came in and subtly use religion to crush the advancement of the Hausa. Till today, I'm subjugated them into carrying bows as almajiris. In the name of that, they are preparing them to go to heaven. And you see that all these are complete fallacy. They destroy, erase, subjugate them. Hausas, it is for you to rise up. I know you are rising up, but put on more effort. The Fulani you are calling your brothers, they are your killers. They have emirates everywhere, putting their own people. Even governors, they are where you have a community, a local government of Hausas. One Fulani man there will be the chairman of that local government, the governor, the political representatives. And they are telling you that, oh, you are one, oh, we Northerners. And when are you going to learn? I'm asking. When are you also going to learn? I know you are learning. Study your history. Stop studying what the Fulani marabouts teach you in your Islamic schools. They bent history, your histories. The same way England bent our histories and start teaching us in school until we start coming of age, making researches. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu open our eyes. That is the same thing. The Fulani, they teach you in your Islamic schools that the Fulani brought Islam to our land. It is far from the truth. It is lie from the pit of hell. The Hausas has been Muslims through their business interactions with Arabs and other Africans, like the Mali Empire as of that time. If you understand, what the Fulani brought is jihadism, the violent conquests. You understand? That is the reality. Now, let me continue what I'm saying. I'm talking about what Tyler led the English peasants in a revolt against the harsh work life of the feudal manor. Their battle cry was ending oppressive laws that forced serfs to work for free and extracted from them an endless stream of fees and charges, just as they are doing us today in Biafra land. There are increased taxes everywhere. You go to these roadblocks everywhere, they will put taxes. You must pay to pass. The so-called road they are building, Niger Bridge, they put taxes, toll gates in a federal road that we are to pay. Something that is not seen any other place. They impose taxes. You work hard, you pay. You work, you pay. The peasants' revolt, which began in May 1381, I'm talking of the Tyler revolt, led revolts of the people. Remember, I'm talking about people power. Peasants are the people. When you talk about in feudal system, you have the lords and the peasants, the nobles, the abbots. You know, the abbots, they are the religious clergy. People that, because they always collaborate with, in history. Just watch them, study history, you will understand why we are always vehement on this religion. Do you understand? Because in Europe, during the feudal Europe, medieval feudal Europe, the abbots, they always collaborate institutionally with the feudal lords, with the kings. All of them they turn together in order to suppress the people, the masses. Go and make your researches. Sometimes it is only maybe one of the clergymen, one person will rise up to speak and be radical. Like the one of John Ball, an English clergyman that said, no, this is not normal. He's a clergyman. He started preaching, offside of what he's supposed to preach. Not being politically correct. But institutionally, Christianity have been supporting subjugation and slavery. Go and make your researches, please. After all, it's in the Bible. Slaves, obey your servant, your masters, even if they are harsh to you. This and that. He recognizes slavery, subjugation of a human being, and you tell us that we should not talk. No, we continue. The peasants' revolt, which began in May 1381, triggered by a recently imposed poll tax of 4% from every adult, whether peasant or wealthy. What they call poll tax. They don't care about whether you are working, your revenue. Everybody you pay the same. Whether you are working, it's for you to know how to raise the money. You know, it made me remember how in our communities, we used to tax, our communities used to tax us. As long as you are of age, you are a man, you pay. Because in Igbo land, we pay virtually for the little development we have in our land. We build schools by ourselves and give it to government. Imo Airport, we built it. My father contributed. I wouldn't say me because I was late at that time. So I was going to school, and they call it Imo Airport Appeal Fund by Chief Ononaka Sam Mbakwe. May he so rest in peace and be fighting for us because he's a good man. Chief Sam Ononaka Mbakwe. We built we built the Imo airport. That time, no Imo and Abia is the same. No Abia states, all the same thing. But today you will hear, oh, I'm from Abia, I'm not Imo. And in ignorance on legging. I'm from Anambra, I'm not Imo. Do you remember when, let me digress a little. Do you remember when our leader was on ground? He wanted to go to Anambra. I think Obiano told him, don't come here, you are not, they stayed here in your Abia state. Our leader laughed. He said, look at ignorance. Before there was Anambra and Imo, what were we called? And that Aleka, no, don't come here, is Imo. Ebony said also did this. Don't come to Ebony. Say in Abia. We are not part of what he laughed. He said, Ebony, Kenya. These are agents of division in our land, as I preached yesterday. These so-called governors. Anything that is serving Nigeria is against us as a people. Know it. Anybody that is serving Nigeria or try to make Nigeria work, he is completely against us as a people. It is to our detriment, because Nigeria is to our detriment. Don't you know that? Nigeria is created to undo us as a people, to subjugate us. That is the intention of Britain in creating Nigeria. Because they are the people, they saw the future. They know when they saw the type of people we are, they say, look, we need to put back this light. They wanted to quench the light which we represent. But here we are the rising sun. Ake Kuchionwa, Mauro Mazi from Mozambique. Mazi Opilo. I want Ake Kuchionwa. You cannot cover the light. It's impossible. You can try, but you cannot. You cannot succeed. So, what am I trying to say? The revolt was not only about money, as the peasants also sought increased liberty and other social reforms. Listen, this was in 14th century in Britain. For you to understand, when they tell you today, oh, democracy, democracy, you tell them, look, go back to, you study history, you see that everything they are today, it came organically. A time comes when people start charting their way of life. It's not easy. People fought for it. It wasn't easy. This Mark Water Tyler, he was even beheaded, decapitated, and his head was carried all over London, the streets. He was killed by King Richard II. For you to understand that the actions of the Fulani Caliphate, the savagery of the Fulani Caliphate today, when they kill the Akaloka, they go with the head everywhere. It is the same thing that Britain did. They will tell you the Africans are savages. Look, these Europeans, they were more savages than Africans. Well, if you study history, sometimes I will just be laughing because people are ignorant. Europeans, they were cannibals. It's human nature, human beings. It is human evolution that changed many things as time goes on. That is the reality. But if they are talking about Africa, you are presented as if Africa is Africa is just like that. That they didn't do like that. They come from another planet and be who they are. No, it was a process. Just as I was reading, when the people they will go when there is too much suffering, when there was too much corruption, the kings were using Christianity and their churches to preach that the God called this, it is God that instituted the monarchy. So long live the monarch. Any person that rises against God will punish you, and the monarch will kill him. People were going, managing, until the time they start asking questions, say, no, we cannot continue bearing. We are all human beings. Every time there must be either one person or group of people that will steer people up, wake people up to understand that, look, what you are going through is not normal. That is the people power. People rise up. You know, sometimes I see people saying, in Nigeria, why this is not the people that can do anything. It's only when our politicians join, they will be in the forefront. And we follow them. I say, these people, you are either mischievous or directly ignorant. How can your subjugators be in the forefront to stop themselves from exploiting you? Is it possible? This is the mentality that led to the duration of almost 400 years of transatlantic slavery. Do you know why? Africans never rise up to stop. Had it been the source of this slave trade, slaves in Africa, had it been people started rising up, say, no, we object to this. We can no more sell our brothers. It wouldn't have even reached 100 years for the slavery to stop, because no matter what, it will bring another war, it will bring another problem. But Africans were making money out of it. To the extent they don't even want. It is still the same people, the white people that we are gaining. Say no, this thing is not morally correct. They started fighting it from Europe, from America, down to Africa. Africans were still selling their brothers illegally. Because before it was legal, open. Now when it was banned, Britain has to use their navy in order to enforce it, even to the coast of Africa. For you to understand how cursed this race Africa is. They never initiated the stop of slave trading. They are selling their own brothers. They continue profiting. That is why what is happening today in Africa, unless the people rise up, you see these managers we call presidents and prime ministers in Africa, being in privileged positions, instituted by the colonial masters of Europe to continue managing, subjugating the people. They will never do anything to stop unless the people rise up, I'm telling you, because they have done it before. The gains they were making in transatlantic slavery, selling their brothers, they didn't have the morality to say one time, say, nah, this thing we are doing is not, we should stop it. No, no, no. Let us stop it. Even if they come, we say we are not going to sell. If it's going to cost anything, let us fight it. Let us initiate the stopping. They didn't do it. When you see that we Africans are being relegated to the lowest in every part of the world, the wickedness is too much. We exhibited the highest form of wickedness, and we are still doing it today against ourselves. Do you understand me? Against ourselves. The initiation to stop slave trading, transatlantic slavery, started even from the same white people. After almost 400 years or more than. The initiation didn't start from Africa to stop it. That is why even Europeans, white people, when they look us, they shake head, they say these people, they are real savages. That word, it has many meanings, profound meanings. I'm telling you honestly. People that never initiated the stopping of their maltreatment. Is it not what is happening today? But in a more subtle way. You will see somebody living very good in America, an Igbo man living very well. A Nigerian living good, have experience enjoying electricity, living good. He's not even suffering. He's not poor. He is also planning to go back to subjugate the people in Nigeria, people that are living in misery. He wants to go and take his own more share from America. He has an American passport. He lacks nothing. But that internal wickedness, I don't know whether I can call it natural wickedness. I don't want to call it natural wickedness. That internal wickedness will make him, he will go. He will be vying. Look, they always hustle to canvass politicians in our land to come to America to buy houses so that they will be agents. They will scout for houses. Maybe they will buy the house through them so that they will get percentage. That is how wicked these people are. I'm telling you. They don't care, they don't care. What matters to them is what they can gain, they themselves. To become chief one. Sometimes I look at this type of wickedness. I say, no, it is out of this world. Out of this world. I say, out of this world. Do you know the Europeans in the diaspora, mostly in America, during or after First World War, Second World Wars, they helped in order to build back Europe, albeit the Marshall Plan, but they also contributed, they lobbied for their Europe. Because these are human beings, for goodness sake. That is why sometimes when I see their maltreatment against Africans, I say, no, even we contribute a lot. Because that wickedness is too much. You will see somebody that has his own house in America, living good, maybe even have company, have investment in passing of Nigeria. He have no problem. He's enjoying electricity. He's enjoying everything as American citizen. All that matters to him is also helping politicians that are directly and indirectly killing our people, that put our people in misery, that no electricity. If we call home, they will say, "Oh, brother, my battery don't die. Please, I'll call you back." And you see the suffering, and that person he want to go back in order to steal more, loot the people more, try to make them suffer more. And you see him on our jolly, or see now on my here. Let me tell you. You see, me personally, I lose faith in Christianity. I must confess, I don't have the way I abhor it. ikutere m you nwere ike nọ n'ihe m kwuo okwu sometimes enwere njiji bọtụlụ m kọwa gị isi si na dem. This religion never make people better. What makes people better is enlightenment, knowing the reality, being human being that we're supposed to be. I'm telling you, that is the truth. Jesus, it changes nothing in you. It is enlightenment that made the Europeans to start thinking that, look, no matter we are gaining from slavery, but time has changed now. It is time for us to say no, to abolish it. Not Africans. It didn't start from Africa. To the extent Africans were collaborating with renegades, European renegades and Americans, in order to do, sell slaves illegally, trafficking of slaves. America, Europe, they have to bring their ship to blockade. Slavery becomes like a drug. If they see you, they catch you, the same Europeans. Africans were doing it, bringing their brothers, and now we encouraging the foreigners to continue selling their brothers. It's a very big crime, the biggest crime. That is why Africans are talking, but Sub-Saharan Africa should organize and go and kneel down and beg our people we sold, our ancestors helped in selling, the people in Caribbeans, in the Americas. Do you understand? There is no more black slave generations in Europe. Because they wiped them off in Europe. But in Americas, there are. In islands, Jamaica, all these places, Guadeloupe, all these places, you go there and beg them sincerely in order to make restitution. Not lip service, not politicians. Civil societies should organize, African civil society, not African politicians, no. African civil societies, including us. You go and from country to country, Jamaica, to go and beg, cry for them, lie down, say, forgive us from your heart of hearts. We have committed abomination. Even to black Americans, to black Canadians that we are, generations of slaves, because our people committed anathema. Those collaborators committed anathema. For it became a norm. Do you know what it means? 300 years? More than? Do you know what it means? Do you know what 100 years? This struggle is only is it 2012 till now, 10 years. And you see how long you are seeing it as long. Check 100 years. Now 100 years, it became the norm. People were born, and that is their norm, what they are born into. Now they die, they born other people, they die, generations upon generations. This evil will continue happening. People continue selling their brothers as slaves. It is horrible. Remember, I'm talking about people power. Okay. Now, this revolt, let me start again. The peasants' revolt, which began in May 1381, triggered by a recently imposed poll tax of 4 pence from every adult, whether peasant or wealthy. Whether peasant or wealthy. The revolt was not only about money, as the peasants also sought increased liberty and other social reforms. They demanded that each laborer be allowed to choose or to work for the employer of his choice, because they were not allowed. They were forced to work for one person, one landlord or the other, and sought an end to serfdom, boy, everlasting boy, and other rigid social demarcation. The same way in the Hausa land in the north, they put you a permanent shoe shiner, you and your generations, Hassan than shoe shiner. When you born a child, that mark, you must continue shoe shining. That is what the Europeans revolted against the people. Do you understand? Okay. The uprising was opposed by a significant part of English society in those regions, including nobility. Are you listening? Nobility, that is people in power, and wealthy religious establishments. Do you hear it? Religious establishments, they are always with the oppressors. Do you understand that? That is why in Nigeria they go on private jets. Pastor Suleiman, somebody puts the value of the bulletproof car, 300 million naira, of a penny alfalfa, of a small, of a people, poor people that they are deceiving. He's going on bulletproof, is he not? And that is what saved him, whereas others died, and he has no remorse, nothing. It is always there. The abbots, the religious establishments always encourage subjugation of the people. That is why wherever there is revolution, not only the politicians go. Do you see all these very useless religious clerics? They go with politicians. Because do you think that if in Nigeria, if these religious, that the GOs and imams, they are not serving their purpose, that they will leave them? They will leave them to be gathering thousands and thousands of people, reaching millions of people through their programs on television. Do you think that? Because you people that are hearing, we are trying to raise other dead bodies, wake them up. Do you understand? We must continue. Now, many peasants and laborers were inspired by the teachings of John Ball, a radical priest who preached that all humans should be treated equally as descendants of Adam and Eve. That is it. It's always one person. When you see a radical priest, not person that goes on the status quo, he wants to be politically correct, he preach normal. No, it must be, if it is a clergy that is, it must be radical, and they say, I know, look at what is happening, I don't believe in this, and he must be sought to be killed. By June 1381, when groups of rebels from across the country began a coordinated assault on London, Wat Tyler had emerged as a leader of the Kentish forces. Do you see how leaders emerge from revolutions? It is something organic. It is not something. Do you remember when during the 2020 Lekki failed Nigeria revolution? Do you remember? Our leader was on the radio, encouraging Nigeria youths, telling them that no, there should be no leader. They don't have no leader, because if they agree on some usurpers coming, we know some usurpers that wanted to usurp, become their leader of Nigeria youths, use them as political toys. Our leader encouraged, said, no, do not allow any person to be your leader. Otherwise, what he will do, he will go and negotiate on your head. They will give him money and he will come and say, okay, go home, we have accepted. No, it is not like that. Revolutions are not like that. Revolutions must go on without no head, without no leader, until what they achieve. The achievement is what? The whole part X, political status quo, we are chased away. And now out of that, once all this, the houses were cleaned, you will see naturally Leaders will emerge from that revolution. Direct. It is not no person will say I appoint you. No, they will just people will just naturally people will stop following them. Say, look, this is a leader. That is how Napoleon Bonaparte came into power. He's a product of revolution from the people. Do you understand me? But when you go, they say, okay, when it case mayor, this is a leader, so you have to know that it's failed. The revolutions don't even have a leader. They don't have a leader. It's a spontaneous reaction of the people against the injustice they are feeling, what they have been feeling or nothing inside. Do you understand? No person comes out and says, yeah, a leader. No, this person is a. If you have a appointed leader in a revolution of the people's revolution, now the status quo, the politicians will go and strike a deal with him and sell everybody. And he will come out to tell or announce that, okay, we have agreed, people should go home, please. Now, the government, Nigerian government, will now give him military as a leader in order to suppress. Say, as you people don't want to hear, oh yeah, military, come and kill everybody. Because that is how they do. But once everything is clear, now natural leader will rise up. That is how this McTyler rose up. Do you understand? Okay. On 13 June, in that same 1381, the rebels reached the capital and crossed London Bridge. Once in the city, they attacked several targets. That is people power. Destroying legal records, opening prisons, sacking homes, and killing individuals they thought were associated with the royal government. This time around, listen, that is 14th century, 1381. This revolution, people's power. They killed the bad eggs during the time of King Richard II. They didn't say Bible said don't kill. No. What you are doing is a righteous indignation. All those people that are putting, those politicians that are putting everybody into rubbish situation, they were massacred. He's everywhere. He's there. They opened prisons, sacking homes, and killing individuals they thought were associated with the royal government. In response, the King Richard II, then 14 years old, met with the rebels on 14 June 1381 and agreed to make concessions and to give full pardons to all those involved in the rebellion. While some of the rebels were satisfied with the king's promise and dispersal, Taylor and his followers were not. Do you see? You know, in the revolution, do not ever fall to promise. Oh, government, okay, I will. Okay, bring paper, I sign, I will do this. Okay, your whole quest have been accepted. No, no, I will. I will. No. No pity. In revolution, if you go with sentiment, you are finished. That is why they were able to kill the King Richard II, kill Watila, because he deceived them. And they say, okay, I will do this, I will do that. What you have done is okay, I will do. I make concessions, everything, I will give power to, no problem. Everybody is, I will do, because he was embattled. Do you understand? He was embattled. But if people are naive, they accept, like at that time. That's why I think, what is the name of this guy that killed the king of England in the later revolution? Because in a revolution, no pity. If you are sentimental, you become haunted. Don't you see what happened during the 2020 Nigerian youth failed the revolution? Don't you see that? After that, the Nigerian police became more brutal. They started abducting people secretly and massacring them. That is, in a revolution, it is the law of the jungle. Either you kill or be killed. If you wait out, stop at the halfway, you are all finished. That is why, do you see what we are doing? If I'm telling you, we have no back to go. If if we ever destroy IPOB, any person, anywhere you are, if you go and buy grave, piece of land for your grave, because the Fulani Caliphate, the Nigerian government will hunt every one of us down. I'm telling you honestly, even if it takes 50 years. That is why in a revolution, don't stop. Our leader, he said, don't stop. Even if you do in a revolution, you do it for 1 month and say no, you tire, you stop. All the ones you have done, it's better you don't even start. Don't even start it at all. Don't start. Because once you stop, you are gone. You are gone. One by one, they will be killing you. One by one, you have no power. Because you cannot rise up again as a people. You cannot rise up again. Don't you see the anniversary of Lekki Beach? They go and block everywhere. Who will come out? All these things they are doing now is anniversary. You know, once Nigeria relegates a movement into making anniversary, it's finished. It's finished. Once the caliph, they know the solution to Nigeria people's problems. It's only IPOB that is above them. They know they will make you, relegate you into doing anniversary. Oh, it's 2 years ago we did this. Nigeria will say, okay, come and celebrate it, but in a controlled way. We will tell you how to celebrate it. Go there and they will fill everywhere with police. Go there, talk how you can talk and laugh and make merry. How, during 2020, how people will rise up, but you cannot rise up again. That is the bottom line. Just like the other time they did the anniversary of Niger Delta militancy. Relegated into anniversary. The same way with Masop doing anniversary. Oh, our 20-year anniversary. Oh, we started, you know, it becomes story. It's a story. It's me that started Biafra, Masop. You know, the Fulani Caliphate push you and you stay there. Doing anniversary every year, you do anniversary. People will come, gather, you talk. Hey, it's we that started and finish from year to year until one time it dies off. But IPOB say, you know, we know before the caliphate does something, we are 7 steps ahead of them. People don't know. When we say this, people think that we think much more faster, further. We put ourselves in the Sokoto Caliphate's mindset and say, okay, if I'm here, I'm subjugating these people. How do I reason? How do I solve this issue? Now we solve it like them. Now say, okay, people don't know the think tanks in IPOB. People don't know, but we must continue. Remember, I'm talking about people power. People power. Power belongs to the people. Only if they know. That is the condition. Only if they know. If you know what is in your hand. If you are naive, if you are ignorant of what is in your hand, you cannot do anything. You can't. You can't use it. What you don't know the value, you cannot. You understand? Okay, we must continue. For ages, people's yearnings have always been the catalyst for positive changes in the society. Though the world powers have devised different means of quelling or undermining other people's yearnings for positive changes. One of such means is the European invocation of the Monroe Doctrine of 1823. Monroe Doctrine. Our brother talked about it the other day. You know, people don't know. This James Monroe, they gave Monrovia after his name. You understand? Monrovia after his name. He was the president of America, United States of America. In the Monroe Doctrine of 1823, listen attentively, please, because here we teach history. James Monroe asserted that the New World and the Old World, you know, America was referred as the New World. The Old World is the European, Europe. The new world and the old world were to remain distinctly separate spheres of influence, and thus further efforts by European powers to control or influence sovereign states in the region would be viewed as a threat to U.S. security. In turn, the United States would recognize and not interfere with existing European colonies, nor meddle in the internal affairs of European countries. Do you see why Europe is doing everything in Africa with impunity today? Because they always invoke this moral. If America want anything, you remember one time our leader said he went to the American embassy in London to talk to them about Biafra. He said one agent there, he said, talk from now till tomorrow, we can't do nothing. Our hands are tied. Before we can intervene or do anything in Nigeria, Britain will give us permission. Do you know why? Because of this Monroe Doctrine. I don't know. Please listen attentively, please. Why the Europeans? Why France is harassing, ripping poor African countries $500 and more billion every blessed year? Is because of this Monroe Doctrine. Because this man, the president of, in order to also safeguard, I told you this world is about interest. This world is about, protecting first, considering protecting your interest first. If you see any person or group of people that cares for other people's interest first, know that he is a hooligan, he's not a human being. You must try to protect your interests first and foremost. That is what this James Monroe did. Because he saw that, he was seeing that Europe can still be having colonies in the Americas, and it will affect them as America. So he said, okay, let us do something now. Europe and we, America, we will remain distinctly separate spheres of influence. Influence your own side. Africa is your side. Do anything you want with Africa. No problem. But don't come to our side. Once it's in this continent, Americas, both north and south, is our own sphere of influence. So, and these people, they always respect agreements. That is one thing with them. They respect agreements. So, that is what happened. The new world and the old world were to remain distinctly separate spheres of influence. And thus further, efforts by European powers to control or influence sovereign states in the region, that is in the American region, will be viewed as a threat to U.S. security. In turn, the United States will recognize and not interfere with existing European colonies, nor meddle in the internal affairs of European countries. You had it clear? That is the main backbone of the Monroe Doctrine. So that even if they are, as Britain is looting Nigeria dry, sucking the crude oil, America, you go and complain, America, say, Britain, even if America want to talk, Britain will say, hey, remember 1823 Monroe Doctrine. Remember it. So keep off. Do you see how the world order was against us? Or is against us, not was, is still against us. This is why the European colonial masters act in African territory with impunity. They loot resources and suppress people's voices in Africa without no problem. But notwithstanding and owing to the impunity of these colonial masters, such as the UK, this Monroe Doctrine should be denounced, reinstated, or reinterpreted in order to make room for American direct beaming of searchlight or their searchlight in Africa on issues of legitimate people's concern, such as that of the Biafra genocide and continuous suppression. That is the thing. You know, this Monroe Doctrine. A time came, I think, from late 19th century, 1898, some Latin American lawyers, they challenge this. You understand? That is how it is done. That is how you know where human beings are existing. They react to issues as, you know, they study the root cause of things, they go and react, they say no. This is promoting multilateralism and non-intervention. The Latin American lawyers, they challenge this Monroe Doctrine. That is the truth. And it was, you know, it was new, another, how can I say, restructured, reinterpreted also in 1933 under Franklin D. Roosevelt. Do you understand? But you know, in Africa we have intellectuals. Oh, we have a son. We have everything. But they never form themselves to go and say, look, this Monroe Doctrine is harming Africa. Let us go to America and challenge this, even in American courts, even in the court of the Americas. Because they gave America, through this Monroe Doctrine, they gave European complete hand to destroy Africa, loot Africa dry anyhow they want. But will the intellectuals do that? Oh, I have PhD. I am heavily schooled. They don't. All these things that matter. Rudimentary might be rudimentary, but it matters a lot. Because all these things, all this Monroe Doctrine is what Europe, is what UK is always been pointing to America that look, respect the Monroe Doctrine. That is why they cannot, even if, look at how Shell is sucking our oil. Even they bring America to take advantage also. You know, you bring, when you corrupt somebody, his eye become blind. Instead of saying, no, this is not true, this is not right, they say, no, remember the Monroe Doctrine. This hemisphere belongs to us. Africa is for us, so anything we want we do. It's you that said it, so we leave the Americans for you. You can invade Nicaragua, no problem. You can change governments in anywhere you want in America. That is not our problem. But leave Africa for us. It's our farmland. If you want, if you want, as you know, in order come and take some, so that you know that things the sweet also. Will our intellectuals rise up to challenge this Monroe Doctrine? The time has changed. It's no more the time of colonialism, of which the Europeans are still taking Africa as their you know, their land, their acquired land. Do you know, during the time of direct colonialism, do you know that there was a time Britain was telling France, you know, give us Gambia and we give you Gabon. I mean, he said, give us Gabon and we give you Gambia. Sorry, you know, Gambia is an English colonized country. In a country in Senegal, virtually in Senegal, the same country, but England, Britain go and remove them as a separate country. You know, the same way Lesotho is in South Africa, inside South Africa. Now, Britain told France, say, look, give us Gabon so that we could give you Gambia. Do you see how they mesmerize our lives? We are here talking as a human being, whereas they are, everything that is going on, they are planning it from up. They don't give a damn about who is in all those entities. Do you see it? And we are calling ourselves equals. We should fight this in any way possible, every way possible. I don't know why people call themselves intellectuals in Nigeria? I don't know. In Africa, they start quoting. They start reading what Shakespeare wrote. Oh, they are intellectual. No. You have to make positive changes. Do you understand? You have to make positive changes. As an intellectual, you put a rubber stamp somewhere. If African intellectuals should gang themselves and say, no, let us challenge this Monroe Doctrine, because that doctrine is harming us, is giving the Europeans the impetus to harm us more. After all, the Latin Americans, they challenge it and they got something. Africans, no, they they cannot. Instead, they become complicit. Once, there is something I see in average African, low life. You rise up to do something, they corrupt you, give you money, you go down, you accept. Very sad, very tedious character, very cheap character. And when you see that we are not respected, it's just simply the thing. Many Africans are buyable. You go to represent your people, they buy you, they give you money, and you stop. You start talking another thing. Very cheap life. I'm telling you. Okay. Let me continue, because I will soon open the lines, please. Some of the main reasons for mass uprisings are increasing gap between the wealthy and the poor, declining income of the poor, rising inflation, taxation, religious backlashes, etc. All these and more are taking place in Nigeria. But where are the people? Where are the people? They don't understand the power they have. Their greed and selfishness made them to throw away the treasure which they have. Look at Oshimole. He was the chairman. I remember when he was the chairman of labor union. After he became corrupted and went to politics to become a governor, they virtually destroyed the civil society in Nigeria because of how cheap they are. When you see somebody you think is a human being, you will be talking, go back and collect something and come and start telling you another thing. And you say, are these real human beings? Very cheap. I hate cheap people. I'm telling you. These characters are the reason why Europeans, they contributed to the hatred they have on Africa, because of the characters they see in the bad qualities they see in Africa. People that can sell their own brothers. No problem. Very easy. Do you have a civil society in Nigeria any longer? The answer is no. Because any head, the chiefs, the leadership will go and collect money from the government and, start talking from both sides of their mouths. The question is, why are not people rising up when all these things are taking place in Nigeria? Inflation. Look at now, they are redesigning Naira. No accountability, no person know why, no explanation, nothing, no this. Where Nigeria is borrowing money to feed, to pay workers. All these things are happening. Instead, what you see in Nigeria is the people that are supposed to galvanize and rise up and fight against all these demons we call politicians. Instead, they will be dealing with their own fellow sufferers, kidnapping them. You do know that these people are not human beings. You see the policemen that are not paid. If you see police, the camps, the police houses in Nigeria, where they are living, even a pig cannot live there. I'm telling you. I say a pig cannot live there. But instead of these people to rise up and join with the people in order to fight for what belongs to them, no. Instead, they will leave the politicians that are destroying their lives. They will go and stand on the road and start shooting people that are suffering like them, suffering the same injustice like them. They will be putting them under suffering, collecting money from them, killing them. You see that I don't understand. It's above my understanding. Instead of organizing with the people, Even the military that are, do you remember military that are crying, oh, we are not giving good equipment to fight Boko Haram. But they are the people now going to kidnap people, kidnap citizens for money. Instead of, they have gone, instead of rising up to kill all those politicians, no, they will go, instead they will kill people that are even suffering more than them. Do you see how demented they are? Why are not people rising up in Nigeria? Because Nigeria is not a country, and it shouldn't be. There is no harmony on Nigeria's values and their way of lives. The politicians and colonial masters use these differences to continuously divide and separate the people to their advantage. They make sure to use every means, including religion and ethnic sentiments, to continue keeping the people in absolute ignorance. But we, IPOB, is here. The indigenous people of Biafra is here to wake dead bodies, to make sure that people take back their natural power, irrespective of tribe, religion, or culture. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Power to make changes belong to the people. That is what we preach here. What we preach here doesn't have any ethnic coloration. It is also to deliver the peasant almajiris, the poor Fulanis that are being used, sent into to go as headsmen day in, day out, year in, year out, suffering such a fly bites, mosquito bites. Whereas the people sending them they are sending their children to America. We are look at how they are destroying drinks. I mean alcoholic beverages in Kano, in Sharia North, Kasina. But these people that are, orchestrating this, the governors, they travel, they go to Dubai, they drink as they want. They go to America, they drink as they want. They behave, their children are there, even sleeping with harlots everywhere in Dubai, everywhere. In America, in London, everywhere. Fornicating. But when they come, they tell you, they made you believe that you have Allah. Oh, that's why I say I don't want to use F word for religion. It's a deception. Oh, the only advantage is to gather people. Social gathering. Finish. Nothing more. Nothing more. Nothing more. We must continue. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will call and express their views as usual. Please don't go away.
We, the indigenous people of Biafra, ably led by
Saint Mazi Nnamdi Kanu,
humbly call on traditional rulers, aka Ndeze, town union, churches, villages, kindreds, Ndiamala, and all paternal and maternal homes to beg, hear our voice and hear our cry in this request, to please do the needful now before it is too late. We dey ask all the people involved to beg, try and bury all the corpses we scatter all over Biafra land. For this one, they should say it dey bring us spiritual and physical problem, and now we dey suffer, we no know. When you know the root cause of the sickness, the treatment now don dey easy. I beg my people.
now we don sabi the cause of the sickness. IPOB don come with the solution.
The research we do show say some dead body don dey up to 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and the death count na human being we go bury or na firewood. Everybody wey this one concern, we IPOB dey beg una, abeg make una do something more, because anybody wey person start the journey, when e never reach the destination, im heart no go come down. as we never bury our people, our heart never come down. All the obnoxious high burial demands, competitions, effigy from churches, Ndiamala, Omona, in-laws, maternal and paternal homes, when they cause this delay and wahala for our people, I beg, make una try do something. Now all these things they cause, then they build mortuary, like say then they build
Joint.
church, filling station everywhere for Biafra land. I beg, mortuary, na factory, na children's amusement park. Oh, no. A stitch in time saves 9. With the call therefore, say make everybody try for 3 days when your person kaput, make una bury am. After una go do the ceremony, una go do the effigy wey follow am.
Churches, traditional rulers, and other people that matters, I beg, make una chook mouth and chook eye and help us for this matter.
Because the person when they pursue cow, they call him name. If he no hold the medicine, he go hold the thing where they dose the cow. Now we dey call una, and the one una talk, he go stand. I beg my people, make we comot this danger, comot our people from bondage. If una no do something, we the indigenous people of Biafra, under Nnamdi Kanu, no go waste time to do the needful so as to remove the yoke and our people from bondage. And soonest we go begin the closure of many mortuaries for Biafra land. The only dead body when we want make it go for mortuary, now the only one
We get case wey dem dey treat.
and after they don't finish the whole thing, settle everything, make them bury am. Mortuary no be factory, mortuary no be industry, mortuary no be amusement park again, no be recreational center, no be children's park. Remember, person wey sell land bury im dead body don bury 2 corpse o. Shey you never know, na we be the owners of the land and we don tell una the time to cleanse our land na now. Make una do the needful, our land go dey calm and our ancestors go happy wherever dem dey.
Na the indigenous people of Biafra under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dey bring una this message. Please, our heart dey bleed to save our people. Thank you.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra Hausa-Service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land, and today is the 26th day of October 2022, being Afo Day, Obochita Obochi Afo, being also Wednesday. Therefore, our lines are opened, and our direct line as usual is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142547. I repeat, +61 405 142547. I have a caller already. Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
I can hear you.
Yeah, well, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. I want to thank you for what you've been doing for us. The level of the destruction that has held us is too much. It's very, very deep. Our people are very, very low in their thinking. Very, very low. If I should mention who normally say that the level of our people's mindset, the only thing that we can use to wake them up is dynamite. Hello?
Go on, Mazi. Go on.
So, because most of them, when you try to reason with them, the way they articulate the reasoning makes you wonder if these people are still real human beings. I was talking with one of my brothers.
Let me say this before you continue. Do you know why you are seeing the difference now? Because you are waking up. Before when you were like them, we were like them. We were doing the same thing without knowing. That is yes. Reality. But when you wake up, yes, when you come out, you see that you now start seeing the difference. You understand? Because of the level of enlightenment you receive. Otherwise, before, I know now I ain't trying now copy the same thing, the same mindset. That is why we should continue to wake them up. It doesn't matter. Go on, Mazi.
Okay, sir. So, are you hearing me?
Go on. The whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
I was asking one of my brothers who is the support of our brother Peter. I asked him, how can people be changed as problem? If people becomes the president of Nigeria after 8 years, people will go down. He will go down, and another Hausa man will come back to destroy everything that we have done. So we will then start off again agitating for Biafra, or what is he actually saying? Somebody, one of our brothers from Oduduwa that was around, he tried to come into the conversation saying that he can see that our people are confused. He said our people are confused with the issue of Biafra and the presidency, and that gives them an avenue for their own brother to become president. And I was asking him, your brother has become the president for 8 years. Does he stop people from selling your land and traveling to abroad where other people, fellow human beings like you, are put to order? So I keep asking them, our brother who said he wants to come and do further in Nigeria, is he going to put the ideologies of the North in order, meaning that those from the East shouldn't be the ones that should be for them? Or is he going to do Nigeria for the rest of our life without stepping down after 8 years, and another man will go in and ensure everything that we have built? By then, if we start talking about Biafra, maybe we are confused. If we actually want Biafra, we want maybe if they promise us, if they give us the avenue for Nigerian presidency, we also say we no longer want Nigeria again. Most of the times when you talk with our brothers, you begin to get angry. I don't know what to. Most of what they know is, you see somebody who has an Android phone, you'll be asking you, this Biafra can you help them, you will download the app for them. They will not have time to listen to it. They will be asking you, what's the update? What's the update? Very confused people. Very confused. I just pray that God will help them. My name is Chukuma. Thank you for what you've been doing for us now.
Thank you very much, Jisike. Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Go on, please, go on. Mazi, can you shut down the radio you are listening to, please?
Okay, sir.
Because it's interfering with you. You are listening to the radio. Talk to me directly through the phone and don't listen to the radio, please. It's having delays.
Okay. I'm hearing you, sir.
Go on. Everybody, the whole world is hearing you. Go on, please.
Okay. My name is Uchechukwu. I'm calling from Biafra land. The only thing I want you to play for my leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Because I want to play for him because of what the enemy in the Jew, what they are doing. Things like it. I want to play for him for 10 years now.
Mazi, go on and be fast, please. Mazi, are you still here? Go on and be fast, please. Can you hear me? My goodness me. Mazi, are you still there? No.
Good evening, Mazi Jonathan.
There, well, welcome to the program.
Thank you. My name is Mazi Adam. I'm calling from my location. I want to thank you for this enlightenment. As usual, you have always woken us up. Let me take one point about religion. The truth is that each time we try to blame the West or the colonial masters for religion, we should also realize this religion is no more in the hand of the Western world now, the colonial masters. Because the people that are into religion, Catholic for instance, Pentecostal and other churches now, they are our people. And you know, they have inherited this from the colonial masters. You know, the truth is that we are the ones to force this religion to stop in our region, in our country. Because if we do not stop it, it is already an institution where people have built their life, making money and living on it. No matter how we try to blame those that brought this for us, they will not be the one to come and say we should stop it. It is we, the people, the working ones, that will devise the means to put pressure and to put an end to it. Because if you look at what is happening in the struggle for Biafra, you will see that this institutions, so that's what they are, religious institutions, they do not care. They are driven based on that deception that the colonial masters brought to us. So what I'm trying to say is that as we are sensitizing our people on religion and the damages that brought to us, let it also be very, very clear that the responsibility to put an end to it is in our hand. Because a lot of people do not know. I used to tell somebody that there is no way we can escape internal revolution in our own land. Because I see a lot of people, they also want to repeat, everybody wants to become Nnamdi Kanu, forgetting that there are also areas where people can still make themselves a hero. I wouldn't say, I don't want to put everything clearly here, but let me say that you see whatever they call religion in our land that is not the original religion we know, people should volunteer themselves and also do the same thing our leader is trying to do in the area of leadership and bringing back our country. People just cannot always come to, that's one thing with the black man. If somebody do something and do fine, everybody want to measure up with him, become him, and the part, just want to be him or topple him. But there are areas of things we can do. So this fighting we are doing now to change the land, to make our country, some people should know that religion is something that we are going to. It will be in our hand to put an end to it. Though that time it will cause a lot of problem, but if we are determined, we must surely do it. Because these institutions are doing a lot of harm to us. In the Catholic Church today, let me give one example. People who go to seminary school, if they come out, we also know what those boys become. The moment you go into that institution, you come out, you become, and this institution has been there doing this. So we have a lot of people like that who are coming out and they're becoming somebody else who they were not before they go into these places to study their theology. So we have a very big responsibility on our hand. I want to encourage our people to see that somebody has to start from somewhere. It may not be now, but let it be very obvious that no matter how we sensitize and sensitize our people, there must become a time when it will become a duty that people should go out there, and start putting pressure, even close some of these churches. Somebody can do it. If you look at in America, those they call Ku Klux Klan, though they are condemning them now, but in the dark times, they were the ones who were also safeguarding the interests of the white there. And they did it and used it and put fear in other people, especially the black people. They used it to balance it, but they were condemning them, but they still, in a way, allowed them. There's nothing they did to stop it. Today, it is still there. So our people should know that we have to be the ones to put pressure on these institutions that we think that are not good in our land. We are going to fight it head on, and time will come, those who are affected, we know that it will be pressure that we will use to stop it. So that is one thing we should know. We have sensitized a lot of people, they already know, but people need pressure. People need to be pushed over the other way around, and that is what we have to do in order to get things settled. No matter time when it will come, we are the ones going to close all these churches. We are the ones going to decide what will happen in our land. No foreigner will come, and in fact, the colonial masters, they have done their bits. They have instituted those institutions, but they are not the ones that are going to put an end to it. It will still be on us to put an end to it by force and otherwise, because the land belongs to us. So that is just what I want to say. I also want to thank our legal team. My here today, what they did. Barrister Lawyer Jumako and his team, they have done great. Because you see what these guys, they have also shown us something, how to work. The way they have come to show the Nigerian government that the law they've made, they must obey it. They have used the instrument of the law to teach the Nigerian government and their Fulani, to teach them a lesson. So that is what it is. Anyhow we want to say it, whatever we want to teach our people, every change that will come internally. Whether all of us are going, many people are going to fall down, it doesn't matter, because it can never allow evil and good to thrive at the same time, and evil cannot change. Even those who are committing those evil do not know, but when the pressure comes, when we are told to stop, they don't, then they will be shown the way to do it. So I want to thank you for what you are doing. This is very, very exciting.
Thank you very much.
People are learning April. Thank you, sir.
Remain blessed. I will comment about what you said, but I have somebody already on direct line. Caller on direct line, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi. Can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you, even Malami. Go on.
Thank you very much, my big brother Mazi Jonathan. I salute you, Mazi, for the good job that you are doing for the Biafrans. I say, may God guide and protect you and your family. May our ancestors continue to protect Onyendu anywhere he is. And the HOD and the DOS and all the principal officers and IPOB all over the whole world, those of you that are working assiduously, those of you that is working with your full mind, those of you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have called to restore Biafra with him, I salute you, all of you, anywhere you are. Mazi is your brother Ugo, calling you from UK at the moment, where an Indian man is becoming a Prime Minister of Britain. That is where we are now. So, Mazi, I want to say something here. There is one program I was watching. There were interviews from British people, and they said that the Indians shouldn't be ruling them. They should be ruling Indians. So you see that mentality of they believe that they can be ruling other people, and other people can't rule them. You see in their bread. And I was watching where they were discussing that interview. I was laughing. So, Mazi, the main purpose of me calling today, I want to thank our lawyers that recorded another success. Anyway, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. He was just asking for the freedom of his people. There is nothing different between T.Y. Danjuma. What Mazi has been telling us, that everything Mazi has been telling us, there is nothing different. T.Y. Danjuma is just copying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because everybody can see it. Can the Fulani go and arrest T.Y. Danjuma? I don't think they can do that because he knows what they know. But I will make it clear. Mazi say we speak the truth and damn the consequences. The reason why you see, I will tell Biafrans, the reason why you see people are championing Obi today, Obi Magot, Obi idiot, is because the plan, what they plan, even Autumn himself that is talking, everybody is stopping the breakfast. Because their initial plan was elect the Buhari so that he will come and kill Ndi and Biafrans. That was their initial plan. You know, we speak the truth. But you know Fulani, because their mentality is they start killing other ethnic groups. If this Fulani Mietiala and their terrorist Boko Haram was killing Ole Ndibo, Biafrans alone in the southeast, and left other ethnic groups, believe you me, you will not see, even Obi will not even get one vote from even coming out to say, trying for some people to be following him. No. Because the reason why they are following Obi now, because Fulani are killing every ethnic group. That is the truth. Everybody have fired. We say, you know, in Radio Biafra, we say the truth. Sometimes when I look at them, I laugh what is happening with Obi. Obi case is because every ethnic groups being killed by Fulani. If the Fulani terrorists led by Muhammadu Buhari and his fellow casemen was killing Ole Ndibo and Biafrans in Southeast, believe you me, all these ethnic groups that is championing obedience, we say kill them all. But because he has reached them, they are killing both even Hausa, Yoruba, Tifi, Igbera, Nupe, everybody they are killing. That is why you see they are championing obedience like that. As if like his Igbo man want to come up for as if like the Igbo man is going to repair Nigeria for them. It's a lie because Fulani is killing everybody. Everybody is looking for way out now. That is the reason why. Mazi, I will come and tell something to Biafrans regarding what is happening in Nigeria. I use this opportunity to tell Igbo lawyers, particularly Igbo lawyers, listen, time have gone when you people will be, entertaining fear. The Fulani agenda is to put fear into everybody so that you will succumb to their Lamajiri mentality. That is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu resists their everything. He resists them and speak to them in their front. And the children can he told them pop and plan. By the time I finish with you, Hausa people will chase you out. And that is the reason why they hate him, because he said the truth. Another one again is because he's an Igbo man. The reason why you see people are bowing for Fulanis today is not because of any other thing. It's because they know how to kill. When you show them too that you know how to kill, they will leave you alone. That is the intimidation. You can see. Let me tell you something. Do you think if it is before? You see how they intimidate the judges and lawyers? You see the way they remove them? Because our people did not want to stand firm and speak to yourself and say, enough is enough for this Fulani Kuturu. You talk to them in their face, the same way Mazi tell them in their face, say, you people, Satan, go behind me. Fulani is a Satan. And we match them the way they think they are evil. We show them that we are demons. Because if it is before, some of these lawyers now will be afraid. Oh, they shouldn't come and assassinate them. They shouldn't come. You stand firm and tell them that this country does not belong to them. After all, it's Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. No Fulani in British archive. No Fulani in British archive. So where did they come from? Come to the country where they did not.
Oh, Mazi, I don't know whether your airtime is off. I don't know. What you are saying, you're right. But let me say something here. The problem we are having is organization. Can you subdue your own personal interest for the interest of everybody? That is a problem. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu showed the example. He bailed the cat. He did what others can never dream. In their dream, they can never do it. But he did it. That is a leader. A leader knows the way. That's why he leads. So, when we talk about the Fulani being on top, yes, because they are together. The most difficult thing is to organize people.
Yes.
Because there are Mazi, I'm coming. You were off because there are interests, private interests of people. You have to subdue it in order to look for interests of, you prioritize the interests of the whole collectivity. And that is not easy. You understand? It takes extraordinary force. It takes extraordinary human being. It takes enlightenment to do it. When you do it, you are enlightened. People think that enlightenment is all being wise is when you make money happen. No, it's not that. There are characters you exhibit. That is it. Mazi, please go on and round up. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my line. Mazi, I am beginning to, you see, Biafrans all over the whole world. You have seen it, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the allegation on the Fulani, it's not, they know that this man did not commit crime. The reason why they are holding him is because he opened the eyes of all the ethnic groups in Nigeria. That is their, who is this man that come and open the eyes? You see, the reason why they are fighting Autumn is because Autumn, they are saying that Autumn is profiling them. It's a lie. Because Fulani have an agenda. They have an agenda. I am beginning to call all Igbo lawyers, beginning to call all the whole prison stations where the whole IPOB members to be released. IPOB is not a terrorist organization. All the whole 36 states of that zoo called Nigeria, anywhere they hold Igbo and Biafran in their custody, begin to ask for their release. From tonight, begin to ask for their release. These people, all the ethnic groups in Nigeria, you people should rise up. Don't be afraid of these Fulani. They are nobody. Don't be afraid. If Nnamdi Kanu can look at them in the face and tell them to go to hell, go to hell. Why can't you people raise up? Why can't you be must Igbo people and Biafrans die for you people? Is it not the time for you other people to do what we have done? Is it not the time for other ethnic groups to rise up and do everything that we have done too? Not everything we are Igbo people are going to do for you. I am saying it is the truth. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wake every idiot in Nigeria, because all of you are those like sleeping, drinking brukutu. He wake you up and you cannot speak from where he starts and say enough is enough for all these Fulani. I am calling our lawyers, more especially Igbo lawyers, begin to ask for the release of IPOB members in every damnable zoological republic where they were being held. Because this Malami released 100 and something Boko Haram. Their brothers being released. And they are holding IPOB members incommunicado in every cell, taking our people, taking our ladies, raping them, impregnating them. And America is watching all these things. CIA is in Biafra land. FBI, they are there. They watch Igara goes being humiliated because of the whole world. America, tomorrow I have flag, stop carrying American flag. They're not going to help us. We are going to fight this fight on our own and take the freedom on our own. What these people, what do you know what it is? You take a DSS, capture a lady, take him to the cell, rape her, get her pregnant, and the whole world is watching. Tomorrow America will say they are democratic country. What they did is to come and be stealing oil, no oil. Even America, they will come, they will say they are a glass country. These people are they are stuck. They disgust me. That is who they are. You watch people that is asking for their freedom. You watch, okay, what about the videos that I've been showing you? Innocent youth. They've been massacred. You watch these ladies being put in jail, molested by DSS and Fulani soldiers. And then we show you all the evidence, you say nothing. All the whole American representatives in their White House, they say nothing. And then you think we are going to keep quiet. You want our guests being raped. You know what rape is in America. You know that the police who rape a young girl will go to jail for right. But you watch all these things. Tomorrow you will tell us you are what do they call that? What they used to deceive us. That they are democratic something. It's a lie. Mazi, I am calling our lawyers to begin to ask the release of IPOB members anywhere. And let me
These
governors in Biafra land. When the time comes.
Thank you, Mazi.
Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. There we I know it's understandable. You know, when you frustrate people, they have the right to be annoyed. That is the thing. That's why one time there was something that happened on social media. One gentle monkey. He said, "Hey, why Igbo people talking like this?" He's an Igbo man even. Why are you talking like this? Always aggressive. I say, hey, if you understand what we pass as a people and continue passing, and the worst is that the world is doing like as if we are not human beings. Nothing is happening. There is nothing. You cannot prevent us from reacting this way. No, people. Look at Jewish genocide. It's normal. Every day they show it in the documentary. What happened in the Second World War, which is normal. But why our own? Are we not human beings? Now you don't want us to talk, to be aggressive. You want us to die gently as gentle slaves? No, I don't agree. I don't agree. What our brother said before about religion, to bring it down to fight, you cannot fight an ideology with guns and bullets. That is why we are exposing things here. Do you understand? If you say you want to fight this and that through that way, which means you want to start a second world war. Because there are people that are ready to kill. If they are that the Jews tell them, kill. That time they know that killing is not bad. They'll kill you. What we are doing is to expose facts so that enlighten people to understand that we went the wrong way. They push us into the wrong way and we accepted, we took it as a way of life. You understand? So that is what we are doing. Through superior argument we win. Caller on, let me see. Caller on signal. You have been there since 23 minutes. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, Jonathan, I can hear you. I hope I'm coming out, brother.
You are coming out clear.
Okay, thank you so much for picking my call. May Kabema bless you and also continue to protect our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Give him the strength, the energy, and the protection that he needs until he will rejoin us as soon as possible. Together we must continue to fight in this struggle that all of us have made up our minds to restore, which is the kingdom of Biafra. We must do that and nothing shall stop us. This is my prayer, and so shall it be. Ise. My beloved brother Jonathan, I've listened to all what you've said this evening, and we, the students of Radio Biafra, we know what time it is, and we must continue to do the needful because it is required from all of us. Before I proceed, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, my name is Mazi Akas. I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as Austria family PRO. Mazi Jonathan, we keep on lamenting and trying to educate our people, trying to let them know the reason why Biafra is the only solution. And many of us has really understanding the reason why we must get Biafra, because Nigeria have been a space whereby if you bring up your head for achievement or for anything good, immediately they notice you, they will destroy that destiny. These are the reason why people are running away from that animal kingdom called Nigeria. These are the reason why that country has become an evil country, a country whereby devil himself, the evil himself, make up his mind to run away and said, if I continue to stay here, they will also kill me. This is what Nigeria is. So anybody who said he will like the way that country is, my prayer always is, may your life be like Nigeria. If what is happening in that country is good for you, and you think that this destiny Nigerian government have been destroying from 1960, they got their independence from the criminal British. If you think what this country is doing is good for you, may your life and the life of your family be like Nigeria. This is what I told one guy here. He want to fight. I said, why are you fighting? You said you love Nigeria and you are proud of Nigeria. And I said, may your life be like Nigeria. You want to fight? What is it not something you like? And I ask you, let your life be like that thing you love, and you want to fight. Why are you fighting? For you to know that, Mazi Jonathan, these people are ignorant of their life. The one that is even paying me, Mazi, is that most of our people, many of them, not most, that have got opportunity to live that animal kingdom called Nigeria, they're here in Western world. They have seen what life is all about. They have seen that there is electricity from January to December without blinking in a second. They have seen that it's a road whereby every blessed day motors build are sweeping the streets, making the streets clean. They have seen that there is a good hospitals. If you are sick, if you stay in your house, you can call an ambulance. Ambulance will come on your house, pick you up and bring you in the hospital. You'll be treated free as long as you are working and paying tax. They have seen all these things. When we tell them about Biafra, some of them are still Mazi, I don't know if this is a sickness in them, or they are doing it how can I put it? They are doing it ignorantly, or they are purposely doing it. I cannot understand. A born Biafran who saw what he suffered in Nigeria before he can be able to escape. You are asking that person, join, let us fight and liberate ourselves from the same situation that want to destroy your destiny. He will be telling you, let's try to obituary. Let's try if obituary will obituary them. And I'm asking them, if obituary you for 8 years, and at the end of the day he left, who is going to come back to take the presidency? Is he not Fulani? Hausa man cannot even take the presidency of Nigeria because Fulani has completely defeated them. They are the one ruling Hausa people today. So you make Nigeria, for example, like Dubai in 80 years, and at the end of the day, a stupid Fulani will come and bring everything. Just like the way they were shouting when Jonathan was there. They can eat and drink, there's enough food for them. They were shouting, Jonathan a woman, Jonathan is a woman. Now look at their situation today. So these are the problems these people are facing, and most of them, when I look into their eyes, I see stupidness, I see ignorant in a very high places, Mazi Jonathan. We are telling Nigerian government, the beast in us is so we can't. Most of us cannot be able to hold ourselves anymore by keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when their own law, when their own court has freed this man since 13th of October. They are still holding him up to now. Why are you holding him? Because there is insecurity or whatever they are saying. We don't care. You must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or that thing you want from Biafrans. Nigeria will get it. We are fighting for it to liberate ourselves from a country whereby they have marginalized all of us. They are not seeing us a part of them. These are the reasons why we say we don't want to continue. The whole world should hear what we are saying, that Nigeria has been putting their nails on our neck, and we cannot breathe. Biafrans cannot breathe in Nigeria. These are the reasons we want to leave. Fulani, they know how to kill. We don't kill people. They know how to destroy. We don't destroy. Anywhere we go, we build. We trying to learn the culture of that place, trying to relate with them, trying to make a good life with them. This is how Biafrans. This is how our life is. But these Marathons, they have put us together till today. Has been killing us from since 1914 till today, with the British government encouraging them to kill us. Just as you said yesterday, Mazi Jonathan, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are on the side of British, are you telling me that British will behave as if they cannot see? They are blind, they are deaf, they can't talk, they don't know that the Nigerian government went to Kenya and kidnapped their own citizens and released extraordinary rendition him to the zoo. You want to tell me British will keep quiet? Because they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become a thorn on their flesh. This is why, but this one, they have met their last bus stop. Biafra must come, whether they like it or not. We are pregnant of Biafra. 80 millions of Biafrans are pregnant, and we must deliver this restoration of Biafra. Anything outside Biafra, we cannot accept it, and it can never come. So whether the Nigerian government like it or not, we must restore Biafra, and the world should know that all we are asking is a date for referendum, so that we will decide our fate. Mazi, thank you, Mechuko Kebe, my bless you.
And you too.
Thank you, Mazi.
Caller on WhatsApp, thank you for holding on for 25 minutes. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you, Mazi Jonathan.
Yeah, well.
Good evening from my side. I remain Mazi Celestine Oba, calling from the blessed land of Biafra, Coastal region precisely, Kwebom. Mazi Jonathan, let me use this opportunity to commend our Lego team who won us a landslide victory in Federal High Court here today. So I commend each and every one of them, and also Biafra for that very victory. I agree my leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a prisoner of conscience, and this is a clear signal that they also have to release him. Mazi Jonathan, coming to the topic of your submission, Professor, I want to tell you something, and that thing is, this world is a program through world order that is anchored on the premises of deception, lies, and the pretenses. And these very lies and the pretenses which try to deny the power of the people was what reggae music properly articulated and exposed in basically the three messages that reggae preaches, which I might term as reggae preaches against racial discrimination, total emancipation, and the exploitations of the poor. So if people are really listening to reggae and they're taking advantage of the meanings, not the lyrics, of those messages that reggae singers preaches, a lot of people must have been liberated by the truth being preached therein. So, Mazi Jonathan, and predominantly in the part of the world where we are, you see, our people have discovered that hiding the truth from the people makes them very vulnerable, that they will always trump upon by their right, and they will do nothing and they said nothing. And part of what is happening here in Africa, especially in Nigeria, is exactly this thing that I'm telling you. Can you imagine how the politicians has drastically limited the psyche of every black Africa or Nigerians precisely to stomach infrastructure? They don't think beyond that. And they are using it as a very, very viable weapon and a tool for subjugation. If the people had wake up and they discover the truth, this cannot continually keep happening. And it is not only limited to political space. It is happening in the social gathering, like in the family meetings, in the any other kind of meeting in the social gathering you can think of. Churches are even the worst, because that is where the truth is subjugated and trampled upon, and everything is everybody is just very sheepish. So nobody makes use of his psyche any longer, because you are being programmed to believe certain things that are imaginary and not real. So it is on the basis of some of all these lies, deception, and the pretenses that enveloped the truth. It becomes like a horizon that people do not no longer on their own develop themselves individually. So it really takes someone like our liberator, a very good leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that comes once in a century to come up and they champion this liberation, so that people can be liberated from these epileptic darknesses. It is only when you have a person like this that you can see that people will really, the power of the people will really be active and viable in the society. And without people taking up their power, then it becomes difficult how that society is going to develop, because the few privileged, wicked, and wicked people will always subjugate the vulnerable, and and keep making them from the common wealth and the economy. So it happens everywhere in the world, especially now in North Africa. Is when the European have advancedly gone beyond that because of civilization and the development. So, but we here in Black Africa, it is what we are. And unless we have somebody who comes up, do you understand, to become the scapegoat, become the shining light that tries to tell the people the truth, that is the only way the power of the people can manifest and become very active and fine. That it can also give a way for prosperous economy and a viable economy. So, Mazi Jonathan, that is my own contribution in this subject of your submission. Thank you so much. And
well, thank you.
As for Biafra, we are here, and we are already dead before Biafra. So we must keep pushing until we realize and achieve total independence and the sovereignty of Biafra nation. Thank you so much. I sign out from here, and almost say Biafra.
Almost say Biafra. Thank you very much. We must continue. I think I will take the last call, because I remember I have another schedule, please. Caller on signal, you'll be the last caller. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. Very well, sir. Alright, sir. Congratulations to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for today's call. Onye kaya rochori paneme. Onye chenebro when I greet our leader and also I greet all IP members, the jury ones. I greet our HODs. So Mazi Jonathan, I greet you for today's topic. Yes, today's topic says people's power. Yes, we know Mazi that the people's can use their talent or what they have to change government when something is bad. But let me just tell you, Mazi Jonathan, in the case of Nigeria, there is nothing like people's power. We all can remember what happened during the instance when the Nigerians youth trying to use their power to change, these bad leaders. Simple because they know that the bad leaders are using the government status to intimidate people. But we heard what happened. People was demonstrating in a peacefully, while the politicians, bad leaders are ganging up with their thoughts to attack them. As you know, we heard what happened in the US during the time of is it Donald Trump when George Floyd was killed. As you see how people come out in mass and they protest, and everything went well, and the government bring the people that the man committed the crime, George Floyd in cool blood. It is only Western world we can know that the people's power can work. People's power can change their governments. Not in Africa. Africans are very, very primitive and also backwardness.
Mazi, let me correct that, please. We can say that in Nigeria. We saw in Sudan, they chased out people, the population chased out the president that has been there. Is it Omar al-Assad or something like that? Is the population that rose up because of the increase in bread. Achacha. They increase it, the amount, just with little money. People rose up. In Mali, they also pursued. But the situation in Nigeria is different. That is why we are going for outright balkanization. Because there is no way. People can rise up other places, even in Africa. But in Nigeria, no. Because it's not a normal country. Because people are not compatible. We are not compatible with other people there. Our values are not the same. So that is the problem. Go on.
What you said is true. What you said is true because in those African countries that we use as instances, yes, they know themselves. They know that they are the owner of the country. But in the case of Africa, in Nigeria, I mean, nobody is in Nigeria. Even our forefathers, even our politicians, even our leaders knew that nobody is in Nigeria. And nobody can claim a responsible or claim a citizen of Nigeria. And that is why
no man's land. It's no man's land.
No man's land. That is true. That is no man's land. And nobody, this kind of post-war can never be, compare or work effectively to change the mind or to change the circumstances of the people or to change the bad leaders to the good ones. It can never work in Nigeria. So nobody is in Nigeria and that kind of thing can never happen. But let me just leave the drop here, and also I want to thank you for today's course. Let Nigeria government just know that they have nothing to offer. Let them release the innocent man. Our leader is innocent. From today, our leader is innocent. Let them relieve our leader and allow our leader to live peacefully. If they fail to do that, people are about to punish them as he did in the code of past, and nobody will blame us. Mazi, thank you, and I love this your program. Good night from here.
Good night, sir. Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp. I pick your call because you have been calling since. Otherwise, I shouldn't. Please make it brief because I'm already even late on the other schedule. Please go on, please. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Mazi Jonathan. Am I coming out clear?
You are. Please go on.
This is Sichu calling from in Omambla province of Biafra. coming to your topic this evening, one thing is that the federal government of Nigeria, the plan in Nigeria, they don't have any option. They will release our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he's a leader of over 200 million people in Africa, all over the world. So the pressure is high on them. And that one is apart. Coming to our people, I want our people to understand this. You can never, there is no way a photocopy will be as good as the original. No wonder Karl Marx made it clear that religion is the opium of the masses, where the government is very, very poor. Governance is very, very poor. What we have in the so-called Nigeria, Nigeria has no land that is called Nigeria. Nigeria is only a space in the air. There is no place called Nigeria in the recent. And our people should know this. Our forefathers, our forebears established the best system of governance in the world. Do you know what that system is? It's this Alosi that you are seeing now. Do you know that we are so developed scientifically and all that, otherwise, that we have to live a peaceful life? This Alosi that you are seeing, that you are condemning, and all this our tradition that you are condemning, they are our pride, and upon that we shall develop and get to be more civilized. This robot that you are seeing now is a replica of Alosi. Alosi is the chief judge. The Alosi is everything that has to do with government in our land, and it will cost you nothing. We are not worshiping Alosi. We only developed Alosi to guide us the best security that our forefathers could figure out, and our people don't see all these things. White man we develop Santa Claus or Father Christmas. You will be rushing there to go and meet them. But for you to get initiated into the manual of Kuyobudo, you will call it satanic. Satanic. You are putting Mami Water Kingdom cartoon in Disney for your children. But we're here in Africa. Nollywood will be preaching how pastor destroyed the whole shrine of a village. Do you know what that means? Our forefathers encoded different messages from those shrines. Every shrine you have in your village has a history and why when it came to existence. We are throwing away the best technology that our forefathers kept for us. We should come back. We can never get developed with the Western ideology. That is the message to my people. When this time comes, if you want a leader to be truthful and honest, to treat you like a human being in Africa, with the level of knowledge we have attained in Nigeria, with the level of corruption we have witnessed, we must go back immediately. Every community, you institute your Alosi. If he ventures into public fund, if you leak the secret of the community to the Western world, it will kill you. That is the best security our forefathers kept for us. My brother, I will leave it here. I will leave it here. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. For those who don't know what is going on, we are going home. If you like, you join. Obi is taking you nowhere. Leave Obedient movement. There are those people that sold Nnamdi Kanu. They are distracting you. Obi will do nothing for you. Obi is a temporary. It's just like the porridge. The porridge sold to Esau. Leave Obi movement. Biafran restoration is the only redemption you have as an Igbo man, as an African man. It's high time you get this message. Thank you. I love you all. I still remain myself. Ichi Ogbuevi as another from a glorious kingdom.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I will no more pick calls. Please, calls are coming, but I'm going to stop because I have another schedule, another meeting, honestly, in the next 5 minutes. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, what I talk about is people power. Yes. I had one of our brothers that said he cannot walk in the zoo. Yes, of course. We use our power, our people power, jointly to do what we are doing as indigenous people of Biafra. There is no way a revolution can take place in Nigeria, a successful one. It is impossible. They will use ethnicity and religion to destroy it, as they did, you know. Our leader have said this several times. Spontaneous and regional revolution. That's the only thing that can work. If the Fulani are charging against their own politicians, the Igbo the same, the Biafrans the same thing to their own, Yoruba the same thing. But will you work? You know, Nigeria is a no man's property. If they leave Nigeria, how will they steal? Yeah, how will they steal? If they leave Biafra, I mean, how will they steal? How will they steal? Where will they steal? How will they become the highest billionaire in Africa? How will they become the highest male and female billionaires in Africa? How? All of them is oil business. Oil. Nothing more. So when you talk about this people power, we jointly do things together. We Biafrans, in order to get where we are going to. Any person that is coming to sell to you how he will do Nigeria to be a paradise, he know inside him that they cannot do nothing, that they cannot do anything. He knows very well. Only want to just occupy that space, and Britain, once united, they are the master planners. Many people that are supporting this movement, this obituary and all of them, they are doing it, most of them are doing it to just kill IPOB. Many of them are anti-IPOB, agents of British. Britain stir up their agents from everywhere in order to deliver a blow to IPOB, but we are here. we go nowhere. We don't have anything to do with the Nigeria election. What they are talking, Igbos are confused. They don't know whether to go to this. That is lie from the pit of hell. We are heading for Biafra referendum. That is the only thing. Those people that you are seeing that are joining, even if they are Igbo, how many Igbos are anti-IPOB? Because of greed, anti-Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You ask yourself, where are those now? Where are they? They are hiding. Those that are talking against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, calling him names, calling IPOB names. They are no more existing. They are the people that are joining Nigeria politics to make it, even in the social media, to make it look like, we Biafrans, we are no more focused. That is lie from the pit of hell. We don't have anything to do with the Nigeria politics, with the Nigeria elections, because we know that election will give you nothing. Instead of going for temporal solution, we go for permanent one. Permanent. One of our callers asked here, Obasanjo was the president. Does he stop, he's a Yoruba man. Does he stop Yoruba people from selling Yoruba boys selling their land and traveling? Selling lands to travel? Does he stop it? Why are they doing so? Because there is nothing. Any person that is selling to you that is coming to do this and that in Nigeria, know that you call him a devil. You're a cheater. Nothing more. You cannot, build a castle on people's property, people's land, just like that. Nigeria as a country belongs to Britain. You understand? That is why the British High Commissioner can go from Castina to Iguacha to Bayelsa, from Jigawa down to Bauchi. to tell you that Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. A foreigner. Can't you ask yourself, what gave her the audacity? Because you know that Nigeria belongs to them. Therefore, the only solution is to balkanize that their property to create ours. What belongs to us. What Indians did that disorganized them, that decapitated the British hold on India. India now becomes their India for their citizens, for their indigenous people. The same like Pakistan. If Britain talk, India will challenge them and say, shut up. You don't see British High Commissioner gallivanting all around India, telling them that you have to maintain the unity of India. No, because they have no more grip on India. Why? Because Indians took the bull by the horn. They did the needful so that the Marauders, the foreigners, ran away. They decapitated them and they ran away. That is what we are trying to do. By going to the basics, destroying that creation of Britain. And this Monroe Doctrine should be challenged by our intellectuals, because they are the Europeans, the British people, these neo-colonialists. They are counting on this. That is what they are quoting for Americans always. So why you don't have to interfere in the way we deal with all these monkeys? So instead, come and take a little. Come and take your own. We give you a free hand. Come and steal oil. Let the finance, the funds, stolen oil and funds pass through your banks. Launder the money and close your eyes. As for, don't talk, don't deliver these people from our hands. It is ours. Remember Monroe Doctrine. We need to challenge this. Our intellectuals should. These are the things that our intellectuals should be doing. And we know that, yes, they are intellectuals. Not running from pillar to post, supporting politicians in Nigeria to loot the election, to launder their money, to buy them houses in Europe and America, to get commissions. After I say you have contacts. We go nowhere here. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is where we worship. We have no other ideology except Biafra. Therefore, our leader has recorded another victory. That's it. That is the indigenous people of Biafra. And we continue, our leader must be released. I used to say this year, we don't beg. We don't beg for what belongs to us. You understand? Therefore, he must be released by fire, by force. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is good evening.